Hey everyone, this is 42% Health, and we are back for the final part of... No, I don't want to quit. We are back for the final part of Hexen, Deathkings of the Dark Citadel. In this episode, we will cover the secret level. Okay, so to get to the secret level, you open these two bishop walls on either side. Fight more bishops in libraries. That's a thing in Hexen. And find the wall, or find the texture with these bookends. And there's goodies in here. It's dark, but there's goodies. Some of the ones that didn't open, you can actually open manually. Might be all of them, actually. I think all of them open. Banishment device. That one doesn't open, oddly enough. Falcon shield. Okay. Other side, same thing. I love this wand. So I haven't really discussed why I like the Mage the best. The reason is, if you look at the fighter's weapons, the axe does what the exact same thing that the fist does, but better. So the fist becomes obsolete. And then the hammer does almost what the axe does, as well as the axe. Plus it's ranged. So once you get the hammer, you almost never use the axe anymore, unless you're concerned about mana, which is rarely the case. Also, once you get your hammer, there's no reason to use flechettes anymore. I'm not going to kill all these guys. Well, I might as well. That's a quartz flask. I don't need it. Torch, I'll take that. Don't know why. We're about done with this game. So, yeah, by the time when you're the fighter, you're basically using the axe and the hammer for everything. And then your final weapon for bosses. Which the final weapon does work pretty well on bosses. Okay, when we placed that book, we got a message that said the way back is open. And that's referring to these doors. This is where we spawned in this hub. And we actually have a teleporter here. An ice level. With lots and lots of ice monsters. Wendigos everywhere. Like, literally freaking everywhere. So yeah, this is an interesting level to play, to say the least. Okay, we better speed through this because those guys just keep respawning like crazy. There are several parts of this puzzle inside these doors. When we finish all of them, three more switches to find. Okay. I believe you have to run over these in order to get that to open. Yeah, this level's kind of crazy. But yeah, as I was saying, the fighter, you pretty much just use the axe and the hammer, and then you have very occasional use for the... I should probably leave them alive for now. You'll see why. Jump. I think there's 2 more on this side. What did that message say? Did it say I had 3 more or 2 more to find? Nope, not that weapon. That weapon. And then when you are the cleric, your first weapon stinks. I mean, it really stinks. So, when you get your second weapon, you are just thankful not to have to use the first weapon. Second weapon's pretty awesome, though. But it does use a lot of mana. Okay, this one's nasty. I completely lost track of which save I'm supposed to be using for this junk. But yeah, when you're the cleric, your second weapon's good. The third weapon is just too expensive. It's okay, but it's just too expensive, and it seems like it's a lot more powerful in theory than it is in practice. Whatever Hexen... in this room, you want to stay on the dark part. If you step on the light area, the floor disappears. 2 more switches to find. Okay, so I have 2 more to find. Oh, the floor disappears when you push the button anyway. The flechette for the cleric I find rather useless. There is a glitch that you can take advantage of with discs of repulsion and your flechette that's actually pretty powerful, but it's too bulky trying to switch between those items fast enough to actually use that, in my opinion. Oh boy. How come you guys didn't get crushed? Oh, there he goes. Well, that's weird. Huh, I've never seen that happen before. That was glitched. Let me in there. I want this. So these guys won't wake up until we solve this part of the puzzle. Which is right here. You have 1 switch left. Now they're awake. And I'm going to use this because that thing kind of blocks projectiles. Or the icicles there are blocking projectiles. Okay. Oop, I touched the thing. So I've done these 2. I think there's one on the other side, I guess, that I missed. Yeah, there's tons of these guys. So yeah, when you're playing as the cleric, both of your mana-using weapons are extremely expensive, and so you're kind of forced to alternate between them just to make your mana last. Okay, here's the last one. Oh, this room's kind of nasty. Okay, when you hit the button, back straight up, so you don't get crushed there. This ice rearranges itself a bit. Don't fall down any death holes. There are a few in here. And that's that. Alright, we are done. I didn't even catch what the message said. But effectively, we got that sparkly bridge there. Oh man. Okay. Now, the challenge here is to get across that bridge with all these things shooting at us. Which is why I shoot these guys now, because as they are respawning... I mean, if you shoot them earlier, they're just all going to respawn here. Don't fall off, don't fall off. It's not a death fall. There's stuff down there you can get, but not worth it in my opinion. Now it's worth it. And that button opens the portal back. Okay. If you want, there is plenty of mana and quartz flasks down here. I don't really need it. There's some other goodies. But yeah, all these guys make it seem like not worth it. The real stats, though, the real reason for coming to this secret level is you'll notice these. Follow them around, and you get some nice stuff here. There's one on the other side of this level too. Okay, continuing my point about the three classes, the Cleric's final weapon is something amazing that is almost too good for this world and makes it worth playing the Cleric sometimes. I don't really care for any of his other weapons except the second one, and I certainly don't care for his flechettes. So, when it comes down to it, there's two worthy weapons when you're the fighter. Only one, really. I mean, the hammer is kind of it. That's kind of just what I use. Yeah, no reason to continue fighting them. Let's get out of here. Did you respawn? I think I've been here, right? Yeah. How do I get out of here? There it is. Alright. Quit flying, I said. Stay away from pools. Oh, great. Yeah, no, not doing this. Where do the doodads go? 1. 2. 3. The doors are open. If you are ready. The door is back here. Okay, so yeah, just to wrap up my point, when it comes to the Cleric, he's got 2 good weapons. When it comes to the fighter, he's got 1 good weapon and a few okay weapons. The main reason I like him is because he feels strong and swift and powerful. But when it comes to the Mage, the Sapphire Wand is amazing. The Lightning is amazing. So he's got 2 good weapons. He's got a fair weapon with the Blood Scourge, and he's got highly useful flechettes. So that's why he's my favorite class. It's only because I like more of his weapons. Maybe I should say I dislike less of his weapons than anyone else's. Now here, just wait a moment. Everything will spawn in. If you circle strafe a bit, then they all wind up in the center. And maybe I'll try this. See, they just swirl around hitting enemies for a while, which is okay. I guess until they run out of kill juice or something. But I'd better save some of that. Oh, what am I got 13 Craters of Might. I'm fine. Yeah, these things just kind of fly in a haphazard, unpredictable manner. I really don't understand how to... I can't... It drives me nuts that I can't maximize this weapon's efficiency. I don't know how. When you kill the last one, we get a second ring. There are fewer of them, though, this time, and they start further in. This is the final fight, by the way. This is the final area. It's just this arena. If only real shotguns could do this, right? Look at that fireball go. Third wave. Smaller. No! I hit 5 again. Dang it. I gotta figure out if I can unbind that key. Let's see. Now that I'm done with the game. Yeah, I don't think it's a bindable key. I didn't think it was, because I don't remember having seen it in the menu before. Group up. Group hug! Another thing, this weapon does have a sizable splash damage. So, if you're like trapped against a wall or something... Oh, I better refill mana before killing this guy. I might want to grab health too. Because when he dies, one of these windows breaks and we get Baratus. Or not Baratus. This is Zedek. Yes. The flame death. Okay. Basically, it's 3 waves of Dark Bishops and then Traductus, and then 3 waves of another monster. Because why spoil it? And then Menelkir. And that's it. That's the game. These guys don't group up so well when you circle strafe them because of the kind of the odd way they have of moving. Oh, holy cow, I'm almost dead. Next wave. Yeah, these guys, their movement's a lot more random, and so they don't group up as well as walking monsters do. Third wave. Pew, 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 pew. Alright, once again, I want to be fully healed. And I got something tickling my neck. Just have to make sure it's not a Dark Bishop. Kill it! Kill it with fire! Oh no! Stay away from me, you fiends! Okay, yes, the Cleric has the most amazing super weapon. Yep, Reavers. We get 3 waves of Reavers. Cleric has the most amazing super weapon of all time. Except for the BFG. I think the BFG is better. Why are they all disappearing so fast? Probably because they have a hard time vertically balancing out. This is fun. Yeah. Second wave. I'm gonna let them group up a bit. Yeah, if you have a mouse look on, you can actually blow this thing right into the floor and like kill lots of centaurs around you. Not lots. It's not that awesome. But it is sizable. But yeah, I was going to say earlier, if you're cornered or something, you can actually blast the wall behind you. And kill stuff like right up against you. Third wave? Yes, third wave. Okay, I was going to say, I better not be out of ammo for the final boss. But it's not really a final boss. He's not really any more final than any of the other bosses. Alright, here goes. He's got a 2-gauge shotgun too. And it's after us. Ugh. Yep, that's it. That is Deathkings of the Dark Citadel. Once again, you find yourself in the Great Hall of the Chaos Sphere. You can tell this story was written so they didn't have to make new images. As if no time had passed from when you last moved among these shadows. But something is eerily different. A silence where once had been soft whispers. A sense of being watched by hidden eyes. Eyes which sealed a malefic intent. Is that even a word? Once before, you grasped the Chaos Sphere, held it within trembling hands. Now your hands tremble with something more than avarice, and dread meshes with the hunger for power. If even the power of the sphere is not enough to protect you from the forces of darkness, perhaps it is better left untouched, its promise left unkept. But then, you never were one to back down from a challenge. Cool music. And other players await. And once again, there is Eidolon's hand. And we will get to fight him in the next game I'm playing after this. Hexen 2. So yeah, there is Deathkings of the Dark Citadel. I gotta say, the ending's pretty anticlimactic. I understand why they did it that way. For one thing, they didn't want to add any new assets to the game, right? Because all the puzzles were the same. Well, the puzzles were different, but all the, the clock gears were reused from Hexen. They were just arranged differently, and same with all the puzzles. All the puzzles from the original game were here, just arranged differently, so they had different solutions. But yeah, so it's they weren't adding new assets, so they didn't add a new boss. For one thing, Korax is kind of... You saw at the end of the original game, Korax requires his arena to work well, right? Because many of his attacks were things like, dropping fireballs from the ceiling. Well, how are you going to have him do that if you give him a new arena? Turning the floor into lava, summoning all the floor spikes, opening doors of monsters. He wasn't... The fight is interesting, but it can only happen once. It's not like a cyber demon or something that you can put in many different situations and have it work. So there's that drawback to Korax. So that's why I think they didn't include him in this game, is because they didn't want the ending fight to be exactly the same as the last ending fight. Besides that, he was dead in the last game, and for the storyline of this game, he stays dead. But I don't think that's so much because they didn't. I think that's more intended because I think that's more due to the design reasons I just mentioned than it is due to limitations of the game or the story or anything. So anyway, yep, there's Deathkings of the Dark Citadel. I really enjoy this game. I love it a lot, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you guys find it helpful. And when it comes to Hexen 2, I know the solutions to all the puzzles, but I don't know where all the secrets are. Particularly in the fourth hub, the Greco-Roman hub, there is a Temple of Mars puzzle where throughout the hub you keep finding these secret areas and pushing buttons, and you get awards in the Temple of Mars, and there are some that I haven't found. So yeah, that's it's gonna probably be designed more like a, yeah, I could do it like a walkthrough, but I won't be able to show off all the secrets. Also, I've never played Hexen 2 as the assassin because, oh my gosh, I cannot take that woman's voice. It's not a woman's voice. It's like a mockery of a woman's voice. It's like a man pretending to be a woman and making fun of it or something. It's awful. It's awful. So I cannot play as the assassin. But I will play probably either as the paladin or the dang it, why is the word escaping me? Crusader. Basically the fighter or the cleric from this game. The paladin's pretty much exactly the same as the fighter from this game. The Crusader has different weapons, and the Mage character also has some different weapons. But the fighter is almost a repeat of the Hexen 2 of the original Hexen fighter. So yeah, I'll probably do the cleric. What's his name? Crusader. He does have a name in the story too, and I don't remember what it was. Alright, enough jawing around. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the series, and I'll see you later. Bye.